Hey, it's Brandon Dawson. I want to talk to you about what kind of persona you're putting off in your business. This is really important because I had a lot of friends while I was on the road the last couple of weeks ask me, how do you maximize your messaging in all of your marketing in your community? Well, a lot of them don't understand that whatever you're messaging is also what you need to operationalize. So it gave me the idea, maybe I should be having this conversation on my podcast, and it could be helpful for those of you in business that want to figure out how to maximize your overall persona in your brand to your community so that you can get more customers, clients, patients, whatever you're looking for. The culture and environment in your business usually is a direct reflection. The persona is a direct reflection of the business owner or the person running that particular business, the leader. And I say there's 4 personas in a business, and I'll tell you what they are. One persona is a professor persona. Then there's the grinder persona, a friend persona, and an advocate persona. So let me explain each of these. A professor persona is usually somebody who is deeply enriched in the knowledge of what they do, and they profess that. They share it with every person that they're doing the business with. They go into great detail. Now, that could either work for you or against you, depending on who you're talking to. Then you have the grinder persona. Man, that's all about just in, get out, get the business done, not a lot of touchy, not a lot of feely, and it's more about efficiency. Now, that can work for you. People that are busy or on a fast schedule or don't want to mess around, they just want to get in, get things taken care of, and get out, that could work for you. But for those people that want to have more connection, want to feel like they're valued personally, or want to feel value for what they're paying for, and if they're paying a lot, then they might not necessarily appreciate being treated in a manner where they feel like it's just in and out and get it over with. Then you have the friend persona. That's we love the people we work with. We like working with our teammates. Everybody's happy. Everybody's friendly. We work together because we go to church together, or we've friends and family work in the business. And there's nothing wrong with that unless the business actually doesn't have discipline and accountability because everybody's tiptoeing around their relationship versus treating their business like a business. And then you have the advocate business. An advocate business is a business that recognizes that everything that goes on within the business is bigger and more important than the people that are in the business, that the messaging and the deliverable, whatever the expectation is, it needs to be done at the highest level possible with the best people possible and for a bigger purpose than just doing the business. So now let's talk about the 4 personas and how it relates to how you message your business and how you operationalize your business. Think about this. If I message my business in all of my marketing, Facebook advertising, Instagram posts, that we're quick, we're efficient, we're effective, and we're about value. Get in, get it resolved, or fix something quick, and get out. And yet I treat my business with a professor persona. So when I show up and I have this expectation, and this is true for professor salespeople too, right? They sit down and walk you through every single detail of everything that you're going to be encountering or something that's going to be happening, or you want your car fixed, and they're going to walk you through, here's everything we're going to do to fix the car. Or maybe you want to pick your car up, you want to buy a new car, and you're so excited to get it, and you just want to take off, put the top down, and they want to walk you through every single detail. And they don't even ask you, like, why did you pick this car? What is it you're most excited about? Oh, here's how this can happen. Bigger, better, faster, and get you out there. Let's get it out there and try it. But they're going to walk you through everything in the car, how all the switches work. You're going to be like, I can't stand this. I want to buy this thing. I want to get out of here. I want to go drive it. I'll come back if I have questions. I'll go online. So professor businesses or professor people that work in businesses will treat the engagement one way when there's an expectation maybe of another way. If I'm looking for somebody who I want to be quick, efficient, and effective, get in, get out, pick my thing, do whatever, I'm expecting that treatment. So imagine if I read a Facebook ad that says, we love our customers. All our customers are like family. Great environment. And I walk in and they're saying, what's your name? What time's your appointment? Get in the chair. Go over there. Go talk to that person. Get it done. Go over here. Get out. Pay. Credit card. And they're treating you like that. You're going to be like, this is inconsistent with the environment that I expected because of the advertising that was being spent. So when you think about the persona of your business and how you actually engage people, and then how you're messaging that, you need to make sure it's consistent. There's nothing right or wrong about one of the personas, and you could have a mixture of the personas. In fact, I would say strong businesses that run well have a little bit of all the personas. And the reason I say that is they understand that the highest value touches with a customer or a patient or a person is the thing that are known to do the best. So if that's efficiency and effectiveness, then they'll be efficient and they'll be effective, but they may also intentionally build treating everybody like a friend. So they'll message everyone's important, the community is important, we treat everybody like friends and family because we're a family business, but we're efficient, effective, and responsive. Like you could put that in your messaging. So when the people show up, you may run a really tight operation where everything is processed out. How we answer the phone, how we greet people, how we walk them to the next place, how we get them to do this, how we get them to do that, how we sell them, how we get their money, how we send them out the door, how we do the checklist. Like it's okay to have a heavy process business, but then you have to train your people to be intentional, to smile when somebody walks in the door and pause and say, thank you and welcome. We're happy to have you. Can I get something for you? Would you like coffee? Would you like some water? Would you like to just chat for a minute? Like, be engaging versus looking down, collecting the name, pointing to the seat, and telling them to take a chair. So what I'm saying in this podcast is for those of you that work or run a department or run a division or work in a company, and maybe you're not culturally aligned with it. Maybe you're a grinder working in a friend business. I mean, look, we manage so many different organizations that we have people say to us, they can't stand it. They come in, they want to get a whole bunch of work done, and everyone sits around and wants to talk. And you think to yourself, what's wrong with this organization? Why is everybody sitting around talking when we have all this work to do? Well, it could be a variety of mismanaged environments, but the fact is, when you have a business that have a lot of influencers that work in the business or stabilizers that work in the business, people tend to sit around and talk about lots of things. And there's nothing wrong with that. So understanding the different personalities that you're attracting into your organization, and most importantly, understanding if you're the leader of something, what you're like. I've yet met a business owner that wasn't a high influencer. Now, you could be an influencer driver. You can be an influencer stabilizer. You can be an influencer analyzer. Those things are all true. But I've yet met a business that didn't have a heavy influencer in it. Somebody who might be very deeply knowledgeable about something, but their core energy is influencer. They tend to surround themselves with influencers. They like to talk. The persona of the business tends to follow the persona of the business owner or leader. So understanding what you're like as a person, as a business owner, as a leader, or as an employee in somebody else's organization or somebody else's department, I want you to think about the persona of the business relative to the persona that's being marketed, and then your own personal persona within that environment. That's where the triangulation comes into impact. How we're messaging, what we're doing, and how I engage that as a human being. Everyone in the business should be aware of how you're positioning the business. If it's a friend business, a grinder business, a professor business, or an advocate business. I mean, think about it. If I'm messaging as an advocate business that we understand that what we do is so important, it's beyond any of us. We want to be the absolute best for the community, best in what we do, and we want to be the best for the people we do it with. And we understand the thing that is most important to you is all that. And we message it in everything we do. And then I come walking in the door, or I pick up the phone, and I'm encountering everything but that. So the business owner or the leader or the contributor, the employee in the business is not operationalizing that messaging. Everything in life is energy. So people feel energy and see things before they actually encounter them. So if you just sit back in your own organization or in your department, or you as a contributor in an environment, just listen and watch what's actually happening and ask yourself this question. Is what we're doing, is what we're saying consistent with how we're engaging or how we promise to engage for whatever it is we're doing? And then intentionally align your message, align your activities, and align your teammates to make sure that everyone has an awareness that this is how we're messaging, this is how we're going to do, and here's how we want people. Here's the trick. Here's what we want people to feel when they engage us, so that they feel that whatever we're saying we're going to do is done at the highest level of impact by everyone doing it, and it feels consistent with my expectation, so that I will amplify and magnify your message, and I'll have clarity how to do that within the community because I understand what to expect, and I expected what I understood to be the thing that brought me here in the first place. Every business has three components: flow, conversion, and retention. When your flow, which is the most expensive way to get new people to do business with you through messaging and marketing, is amplified operationally through the doing, and people receive what they expect to receive based on the messaging, and then you ensure through retention that they're highly satisfied, they will amplify your flow messaging, and you will grow incrementally, organically, with spending less. I've yet met a remarkable business that does what it says it's going to do, who gets less and less and less customers every year. So if you think about this, the businesses that spend the absolute most money in messaging are usually, if they've been around for 5 or 10 years, the businesses that are struggling operationally. The businesses who have a great operational impact and effectiveness and have great client retention, and presuming they're doing something that people can do over and over some life cycle with them, tend to grow organically along with the new customer acquisition, disproportionate against the spending, because the reputation of the business is that it fulfills its promise and its commitment. Now, if you're an employee working in a business and you don't understand the persona of the business, which should be matched to the persona it's positioning itself in the marketplace, So even if you don't feel like that personally, you have to understand it's your moral and ethical obligation to operate inside the organization in a way that exemplifies it. Everyone in all you do needs to exemplify the organization. If you're the owner or the manager or leader of something and you're not ensuring that your messaging is consistent with the deliverable, with the highest level of impact and effectiveness, and your people aren't intentionally exemplifying that through all their engagements, then you're leaving a ton of value off the table. And it's actually an easy fix. Find out how you want to message yourself to the community. Do you want to be fast, efficient, effective, high quality? Do it. But then explain to your people that are contributing not to be slow, overly methodical, that they don't do things in your business that work against your messaging and the expectation of the people that you serve or work with. This is just a tip. I've had this conversation so many times because you can literally walk in. Listen, I've been in thousands of businesses across hundreds of verticals. If you want a little secret to how I judge a business, how easy it is for me, I walk in and I pick up whatever they say about themselves, or I go online and I pull up their website and I see what they say about themselves. Then I go in and I actually observe. And if you say you're friendly, and if you say we treat everybody like family, and somebody walks to that door and you don't stand up, shake their hand, give them a half hug, look them in the eye, ask them if they want a cup of coffee, ask them if they want a bottle of water, ask them how their family's doing, whatever you do to connect with them. If you're not doing any of that and you're just looking down and you're saying, sit over there and we'll be with you in a minute, then you're undermining your potential. So understand, sit down and do an exercise. How are you presenting yourself in the community or in your business today? How are you engaging people when they encounter you today? And how do your people feel about how they're contributing to that message or that brand or that process? And then get everyone to do an exercise together where you identify what kind of persona are we? What do we want to be known for? What feels the best? There's no right, wrong, or indifferent. It's about focusing your attention and intentionality on whatever you are, being that in all you do. And then making sure everybody feels that's exactly what they expected and that's what they received. And making sure the feelings are aligned with the saying and the doing. If you just do this exercise with your team, take an hour and say, here's what I want to do. I want to make sure that our messaging is aligned with how people are encountering us. And I want to make sure our people are aligned with how we want them to encounter us and experience us and what we're saying about what we do, to make sure that you triangulate the opportunity to synergize who you are, what you do, who you do it with, and that it maximizes the impact in who you do it for. If you just do that, I promise you, you'll grow your business by 50% and you'll stop wasting money. Thank you for following me. Thank you for watching me on the Dawson Show.